Welcome to the Nerd Show. In today's video, I have some flash news for you. Before we get into the video, I would really like to ask you guys to subscribe to my channel. Over 90% of you guys, the viewers, haven't subscribed yet, so the numbers would really help me out. So now, I got an interesting article right here. Let's watch the article. So DC is cancelling Ezra Miller's Flash future plans. Apart from that article, let's get into that later. I want to talk about this movie, particularly the Flash movie. When they announced that there's going to have some time travel elements, I was expecting a Flashpoint Paradox kind of movie, because most of you guys read comic books and then you know about the storylines from that. For me, I couldn't get into comic books, but I get to know about the Flashpoint timeline from watching the Flashpoint Paradox movie. This is animated, so I'm into animated films, not the manga or whatever that anime stuff, but I just like the DC animated movies, especially DC. Some animated shows, like animated movies, if they're kind of interesting, I watch them, but I'm mostly into DC animated films. So Flashpoint Paradox is one of the best movies, but first I thought about this storyline when I saw Batman vs Superman. I saw the movie first, but until recently I saw the Batman vs Superman, and I also saw some fan-made posters of Jeffrey Dean Morgan as the Batman and Lauren Cohan as the Joker, because our Flashpoint timeline shows us that Batman got killed and Batman's father, Dr. Thomas Wayne became the Batman, and this Batman kills. Because if you want to know, I talked about this in a shorts video. You can watch that. I'll just put the link to that in the description. So because of the sadness, Martha Wayne becomes the Joker. So that's why Batman, even he captures the Joker, he never kills the Joker. That is his wife. Here's the video. The fan art. I'll just post it. So right here, Jeffrey Dean Morgan still would love to play Flashpoint movie web. I don't know if it's true or not, but how cool is this? This looks awesome. And here, yeah, it would be nice to see that happen, but the Flashpoint has a different ending. I don't want to spoil that. Lauren Cohan as Joker. It looks awesome. See, she kind of has the Joker face going on, and the fan edits are really nice. It's Joker to Morgan's Batman. So this is from Screen Rant. Let's not get into that. If they made this movie, like this Flash movie, if they made it into a Flashpoint Paradox, don't have to work on anything, don't have to create these kind of stupid ideas, don't have to bring in a Supergirl into the movie, you don't have to bring in any new ideas, just follow the Flashpoint Paradox movie. You could have made a better movie and it would have made millions. Now let's see, the article says this is going to lose the studio $200 million. The movie was a decade in making, that's what the article says, and Ezra Miller got into some trouble, so it's not going to happen. The title suggests it's going to cancel future plans for the Ezra Miller's movies. I hope that's going to be the case based on what's happening. The movie just the Rotten Tomatoes scores, now we have a 64% critics score, but if you go into top critics, it's on score 84%. If you go for all audience, it's only 80%. So most of the YouTube channels are just they didn't like the movie. They're just making a tomato paste out of the movie. It's now Rotten Tomatoes. Now this is the score. So this is what's happening to the movie. They could have made a Flashpoint movie. That movie is perfect. Aquaman and Wonder Woman are fighting. There's a world at war. Flash's mom is alive. I want to make a different video about that, so let's stop with these plans. Now let's get into this article, what it says. DC is cancelling Ezra Miller's Flash future plans. So given the lackluster response to DC's latest movie, The Flash, and the numerous circumstances surrounding that film, some are wondering if DC Studios is cancelling Ezra Miller's future plans as the character. They should, because he has, after nearly a decade in the making, Ezra Miller's solo Flash movie is finally in theaters, and to say it did not light the world on fire would be an understatement and a half. Of course, yes. The film received middling reviews from critics, currently sitting at 64% on Rotten Tomatoes. I think by the time they wrote the article, it was 64%, and it could stand to lose more than $200 million after its massive remaking campaign and relative lack of box office returns. So you have to make a good movie with a good storyline. Everyone will go and watch it. If you want to like do some, what do you call, experimental ideas into a film, and then you do all of that stuff, reshooting, and then casting some people not based on talent but based on diversity and stuff, that's what you'll get. Leading into this release, it was noted that despite controversies surrounding the Miller Warner Bros., who is about to embark on a partial reboot within the franchise. Yes, James Gunn is going to reboot everything, and the best Superman is gone. I don't think we're going to see any more Henry Cavill. They recast already. And also the best Batman. I wanted to make a video why he's the best Batman. I'm going to make it one day. So I'm going to tell you how I find out, like how I found the best Batman in the live action Batman for myself. So I'll make one of those videos, one of those videos. So I'll just post it soon. So we lost that. The Snyderverse, the what do you call, the nightmare scene, all of that. I was expecting, like, it was a lot of information in one movie, but if only they could like focused on what Snyder has for a plan. Like, I think he had a scope of what to do, what to bring in, Darkseid invading the earth, and then everything. If they could have made that, followed that into a movie, they could have made a franchise out of it, like the MCU. Doesn't have to be MCU. Great, they've planned it before the Disney takeover, so it was great. But now it's going, I don't know, I don't want to get into the Disney MCU universe, but if they only followed Zack Snyder's idea and the movie ideas, they could have just made a wonderful franchise. But they didn't. Now James Gunn bringing in everything, and I saw some new announcements in the Superman Legacy movie. Who's going to be playing who? It's going to be a diverse cast, and it's going to be agenda, because based on the superheroes, it's going to be Mr. T. Like I saw Mr. T in the Arrowverse as a gay superhero. His power is like 2 or 3 balls, literally electric balls. He just fights with that. That's the superpower for him. And then Nathan Fillion is going to be a wacky comedic relief character. I was hoping he can play something better, but that's another story totally. So let's get back into the article. What DC had planned for Ezra Miller's Flash. Prior to the release of the Flash, it seemed Warner Bros. Had some pretty grand plans for Ezra Miller's Scarlet Speedster. Yes, bringing James Gunn and Peter Safran to Safran the franchise may have put those plans into question, but it still seemed like the actor was only just getting started in the role. Yes, he played one movie, Justice League, and it used to be Justice League, and then Snyder released the Snyder cut, and that justified the character. He had a very good future as the Flash, because Flash is one of the main characters in the Justice League. And then the Flash TV show also like build up some fan base for the character if they are not fan of the comic books. Because of that, this is the second film for him as the Flash, so we can still go for a better character development or dive into the character, bring in more movies. He's still young to play a couple of films. Yeah, okay, just getting started into the role. Yes, that's true. Last October, the Gunn Safran takeover was announced. It was revealed that the Flash 2 was in development at the studio, with the script having already been written. Flash 2, I don't think it's going to be an exact Flashpoint Paradox, but if they can make that in a separate universe, like we have multiverse, so we can just make it as a different timeline, a different Flash. They couldn't make it, but still I don't think they're going to make it. Reportedly via The Hollywood Reporter, the former DC Films head Walter Hamada had initially planned for Miller's super speedy solo debut and to the follow-up by said sequel, the movie on the film based on the beloved 1980s DC Comics storyline Crisis on Infinite Earths. I know that storyline from Arrowverse. That was nice. only we can. That was nice from a CW show, and imagine if we can get a live action show out of that, and imagine the outcome, how awesome it would be. But James Gunn. Okay, Miller's legal troubles. I don't want to go into that part of that article. We all know what happened. Just want to go wait and see. The biggest bomb in superhero movie history. Perfect superhero casting, perfect Justice League. I had some. I kind of don't like this Wonder Woman because in the comic books and the animated movies, Wonder Woman is a bit of thick, not like slim. She's a beefy girl. Like when Sheldon convinced Penny to wear the Wonder Woman costume, she's an Amazon warrior. Amazons are known to be beefy gals. That's Dr. Sheldon Cooper's words. So because of that reason alone, I didn't like her. I don't care about the politics and stuff. It's just a movie, but as a character, I didn't like. Okay, now there's this financial aspect of The Flash. Ezra Miller's super speed blockbuster had it lit the world on fire, ranking in the cash at the box office. The one could see a world in which Warner Bros. Put Miller's recent issue aside and fast-tracked a sequel. We had some legal issues for some actors, and the WB tried to push them away. I don't know why they are still keeping and hanging out with Ezra Miller. That, however, did not happen. The movie opening was less than ideal, earning meek 55 million domestically. 55 million. From there, the movie suffered a 72.5% drop in the ticket sales between its first and second weekend, and another 62.5% drop from the second to third weekend. I personally told some people don't watch the movie. Even myself, I haven't watched it yet. I saw the reviews and then I decided I don't want to watch it because I couldn't help myself but compare this movie to the Flashpoint Paradox, because we had a Superman in a government facility, we never had a Supergirl, the World at War, and Captain Atom, the alternate timeline, Batman kills. If I watched that, if I haven't watched that, maybe if that Flashpoint Paradox animated movie does not exist, I may have watched this and may have liked it, but what to do, I watched that and I like that, so I don't think I will like this. Maybe I'll wait for it to come on a streaming platform and I will ask one of my friends to like go and watch it with them, so I don't want to spend my money on a crappy movie. Like on my old video, I told you guys, don't spend your money on a studio that's forcing an agenda, don't care about the fans, don't give them your money, make them suffer. Okay, given the movie's reported 220 million budget and nearly Warner's 150 million promotional push for the film, The Flash will likely lose over 200 million for the studio. This 200 million loss would make the movie the biggest superhero movie flop of all time. We thought The Flash will create history, at least new timelines, but this is creating a different, worse timeline. And Flash should run back in time and ask the studio to create a better story and better movie, and maybe probably tell himself to stay away from that troubles, the legal troubles. As well as the biggest box office bust in the Warner Bros. 100-year history. Oh shit, this is 100-year history. These financial indicators point to Warner Bros. That DC Studios getting out of the Ezra Miller business, letting the Flash rest for a while, and recasting the role if the studio wants to make another Flash film somewhere down the line. You can do whatever the hell you want, but don't go around and recast people. Just you know what? Let's stick to the animated movies. If you're a fan of DC Comics, and if you're a fan of DC characters, especially I became a fan of DC Comics and DC characters because of Batman, and then I watched Big Bang Theory, and they always talk about DC because that's owned by WB, I guess. So, but maybe whatever the reason, I'm a DC fan now. I like the Marvel movies. I'm not saying, pre-era Disney takeover Warner movies, Marvel movies. I like that. I'm a fan of DC films and DC characters, so for now I'm gonna stick with the animated movies. Whenever an animated movie comes, I will watch it. I'll just kind of like not gonna put so much hope into the live action movies from DC. Blue Beetle trailer looked awesome, but also the Flash trailer looked really awesome, but the movie crapped. I don't know what's going on with DC. Let's wait and see. And if you guys like this video, you can like it. Actually, like it. If you like it. And maybe if you want to show it to your friends, share it. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, do subscribe. I kind of want that 1000 subscribers now. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. And just if you haven't watched the Flash movie yet, don't go watch it yet. Just wait for it to come on a streaming service, and 5 or 10 of your friends gather around, buy one account and watch on a big TV, have a watch party and criticize the movie and have fun. Bye.